Hey guys, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to give my initial thoughts, or sorry, my 6-month, 8-month thoughts on these S-Works Recon mountain bike shoes, specialized mountain bike shoes. I did a quick summary review of them last fall, but since it was the winter time, I didn't have too much time to ride them before the snow hit the ground. So I wanted to take a couple minutes here and just go over my thoughts of these shoes after I've had quite a lot of kilometers in. I've probably done, I don't know, a couple thousand kilometers on these shoes, maybe 1,500 kilometers on these shoes this spring and early late winter. So just a little bit of overview of them again, and just my initial thoughts. So I want to first start off by saying that these are, if you had troubles with the previous versions of the S-Works mountain bike shoes being a little bit too narrow, these ones are just perfect for me. They're a little bit more wider than the previous 2 or 3 year versions of these S-Works shoes. And when they say on the website that they're, like a wider, roomier toe box, they're not lying. It is quite a bit more roomy than they used to do. Maybe they had some feedback on, like, for riders like me, I don't have particularly wide feet, but they were supremely uncomfortable, the old versions. So I had my old, like, 6 or 5-year-old S-Works shoes I was using forever because I couldn't find a pair of shoes that would fit me as good as those. These ones, however, do. The BOA is working quite good. It gets a little loose. This top one is getting a little loose compared to the bottom one because it gets used more. So I'll, if it falls apart or something like that, I'll do a video on that. But it still works really well. It just doesn't feel as solid as this bottom one because it gets used a lot more. The heel box it is quite a bit more snug than previous versions, but not uncomfortable by any means. I think they've done a really good job of having this sort of diagonal pattern here, so that if you can see here, if you look down the top of the shoe, this BOA here connects a little tighter on the top of around the top of your foot than this one, so you don't really have any pinch points. And the tongue is quite padded, which is really nice. They've held up really well. I'll insert a little video here of me just spraying them off with water after a muddy, particularly muddy ride. I've done an 8-hour race in these just this past weekend with absolutely zero issues whatsoever. They were bang on comfortable the entire day. I'm using the Crank Brothers cleat savers, I think these are called. These little pads of aluminum or steel that go underneath your cleats. I use these on all my shoes. I find that they make the shoe last a lot longer because your pedal isn't digging into the carbon here and just wearing it out and making it, a lot easier to get out after a long time. It just wears away, and then you got to keep tightening down the cleats. And anyway, so these are quite good. I recommend those. They're only like $10 or something like that. I'm using the Time XC pedals, which I highly recommend as well. I've been using them for 15 years or 10 years, and they've been amazing. Yeah, I think that's about it. The difference in toe box length here is the story. I think this design has been out in the road bike shoes. Like, I have the road bike shoes here. I can put them beside it. You can tell that they're slightly wider than these are size, I guess, 46, I think. Or I guess that's 12.5 or 13 US sizing. They're slightly wider, and that makes all the difference. These two shoes might look similar. This is the road bike version. It may look similar, but they're quite a bit different. The toe box especially, it's unbelievable. I think the heel is very similar, how it holds in your foot, but the toe box is quite a bit different for moving around on the mountain bike. That's about it. I think I would highly recommend them. I'd give them a 9 out of 10. I think the only concern here is this BOA that's a little bit loose, but they seem to be wearing really well. My other ones lasted me 4 or 5 years, so I'm hoping that these last just as long, considering the amount of money I spent on them. But I guess that's about it. I highly recommend them. Again, 9 out of 10. Thanks for watching.